When negative experiences can't be voiced, that's not cool. Like, that's disappointing. That's just my opinion. But again, it's Korea, so I might get sued. What's up, idols? It's Cece Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. So, you can see by the title of this video, it probably won't be around for long. So I was thinking if or when I do get sued or I'm asked to take the video down, I might make it for like channel members so y'all can still watch it. Cause if I'm taking the time to film this and edit this, it's for a reason. You guys may or may not be aware that like defamation lawsuits and reputational type cases and stuff in Korea are just no joke. They're next level and like a really big deal. And it's really hard to express like your own honest opinion about something if it's negative, because people can sue you saying that it'll ruin their reputation or it's defamation, even when it was just your own legitimate experience and you just want to warn people about it. So for this video, I just want to recall my own personal experiences with a certain company. I'm not going to name them. I'm trying to use my words carefully and kind of tiptoe around who this is about, but if you guys have watched my channel, then you should know who I'm talking about. The videos I did with them on my channel are privated, but they're still up on the other people's YouTube channel. Let's hope this video doesn't get me sued or I'm not asked to take it down, because actually when I was in a Discord chat with my channel members, Bubble Tea Juseo told me that there was a German YouTuber who worked with this company as well and, you know, vented about not being happy about what she got done, and the video disappeared. So that'll probably happen to this one too eventually. I'm just gonna run down the timeline of when I first met this company, when we first worked together, and leading up to our fallout last year, and why I'm even making this video now. So a few weeks ago, I did a plastic surgery update video and talking about like everything I've gotten done, what my insecurities were, why I got it done, all that good stuff. And someone left a comment with a link to a video and like a timestamp that showed me in another person's video and that they're still using me to like promote them, and I'm not very happy with that like at all. I just want to warn you guys, like, just be careful when you go to Korea for like beautifying or cosmetic procedures. Make sure you do your research and like compare company to, because typically a lot of the like consultations will be free or really affordable, and you can compare prices. Some places will charge you more because you're a foreigner. Some places, they might not have the best doctors. Like, you need to just compare and contrast. And there are certain companies out there all across the world where they're in like medical tourism, and their whole job is to like meet you at the airport, help translate things, help you with the medication, help set you up with a hotel room and all that stuff. Everything that makes, you know, being in a foreign country a bit uncomfortable. So I'm gonna take you guys back to the beginning of how I first met this person and all that good stuff. So I moved to Korea in 2017. You know, when I got there, I started to experiment with skin stuff. Like, I was just, you know, I see all these billboards and advertisements of people with popping, glowing skin, and they got that dewy, ageless look and all that good stuff. And I was like, I need to step up my skincare game. So I was in Innisfree all the time. I was in Olive Young. Like, I'm always buying all these like skin routine stuff and trying to like experiment with everything. In 2018 though, it got really bad up here in particular. Like, you see, I got this going on. I got these two up here. I ran out of my Medicube stuff. So I've been experimenting with newer cleansers. I had like scars, just pimples would literally go away and then a new one would just come back and replace it. It was like here and here, just these clusters of just dark spots, scars, acne, and pimples. And enough was enough at that point. So it was August of 2018. I just started my YouTube channel in May of 2018. So at this point, I probably had like 7,000 subscribers or something like that. I emailed a bunch of clinics and everything trying to figure out can I get a consultation, because I need to know what to do about my forehead. I got through to one and they said, oh, we'd love to sit down and have a consultation and talk to you about your concerns. Basically, they recommended a treatment that was gonna remove the sebum glands or whatever, to stop making so much oil build up there. And they also wanted me to get like a whole like peel thing to like help promote new skin growth and stuff, something like that. But basically it was gonna cost like 700,000 won or 840,000 won, something like that. It was in that ballpark. And I had just got paid, so I was good for it, but it would have been like a large chunk of my money for the month. So they told me where the ATM was and everything. So I went outside and I was like, all right, I'm gonna think about this. But I called one of my friends and she's like the Gangnam girl. Like, she knows all about beauty products, what they cost, treatments, the best places to get what. And I asked her if that sounded like reasonable. And she's like, girl, no, are you kidding me? She's like, they are overcharging you. And I was like, oh crap, okay. So I just walked away. I never went back. I just went back home. And then my friends were like, oh, you're back early. And I was like, yeah, they wanted me to spend like 700,000 won. And she's like, oh my God. So that nothing happened. I was just like, all right, I'll just stick with trying to experiment with products and stuff. So fast forward to about 3 months later, and I get an email from this same clinic asking me if I wanted to do a YouTube video for them. And I guess that was right around the time when I crossed like 10,000 subscribers. And one thing is, a lot of companies have like a subscriber minimum that they'll accept and an engagement type of minimum that they'll accept with like, oh, we'll let you promote us if you have this amount of subscribers. And I was on the low end of that. Like, they were very honest about me saying like, yo, your channel's a bit small, but we still want to work with you. It is also funny because when I got that email from this same clinic like 3 months later after just not showing up, like I was supposed to go to the ATM and then come back with the money, and I just walked away. I was a little nervous when it emailed me. I was like, are they gonna recognize me? Because that summer I did have like blonde Senegalese twists in, so I might have looked a little different. And I was tripping. I was like, yo, they really don't recognize me? Like, they do not remember me? They didn't mention, hey, like, didn't I see you before? Didn't we have that consultation over the summer? Nope. They didn't even recognize me, bro. My skin was starting to clear up at that point, so I didn't want to get that removal thing up there again. So I ended up getting like a laser treatment, fat dissolving injections like in my cheeks, like here and here, I think. I got like a facial peel type of thing. I go to Seoul. I used to go to Seoul on the weekends, and my friend Bria, I used to stay at her place, and she was like, hey, I should go with you, like just to have another set of eyes looking over the contract and everything. And she's like, let me come with you. Like, I love you, girl, but you are naive. And fair. So she came with me. You know, this whole time we're communicating about what it's gonna be like, the process, the requirements, all that stuff. And I was expecting to meet one person representing the company, like the owner of the company. And last minute they ended up telling me that because they had like a facial treatment or a laser treatment, their face was bright red and they didn't want to be on camera looking like that. So they sent someone else to meet me instead. She was lovely, explained everything great. Like, and full disclaimer, I'm not trying to blame any of the clinics, because the thing that I'm airing out is not anything to do with the clinics themselves, because every clinic is different. They all have different doctors. They all have different costs because of how good the doctors are or how bad the doctors are. So that's not what I'm talking about here. It's the negative experience I had with the owner of this company. So again, I'm gonna get into the fallout a little bit later, but I'm trying to build up the backstory. So we're looking over this contract. My friend's asking all the questions. Like, I'm just like, okay. And she's like, okay, so what does this mean? So that was when we were both introduced to the term rolling contract. I never knew what a rolling contract was. So she told us basically it's a contract that would like automatically renew until one party decides to formally agree to end it. So if, I don't know, like after this video, after 3 years later, if I'm like, hey guys, I don't want to work with you anymore, that would be the end. Or if even after this one, if it didn't go well and they say, hey Isis, we don't really want to work with you anymore, that would be the end. So I kind of liked how flexible that sounded. So I'm like, okay, that sounds fair. So that's what we were explained that a rolling contract was. So I did the video with them, and actually we worked together 3 times, I believe. And the last one was in 2019 when I went back to Korea. I just got filler because, again, everything I've ever gotten done is because of this. So I got filler, I got a thread lift, I got fat dissolving injections. It was all to minimize the appearance of this right here. Filler, you know, it comes and goes. Like, filler is not permanent, it will fade. You gotta go back several times. So again, I'm not complaining about these clinics at all. I think it was like the end of 2019, and you guys know I was supposed to be a flight attendant, and I was so excited, and I was gonna kill time in Korea until like I got the email about the training dates and all, where I'm supposed to relocate for training and all that stuff. And it just never came. There was a lot of Boeing issues going on in like 2019, those planes that kind of crashed shortly after takeoff. I ended up being in Korea a lot longer than I thought I was gonna be. And at that point, I had already missed like 2 Thanksgivings because I was living in Korea. So I was excited to finally join my family for Thanksgiving. So I was trying to figure out how to go back to Korea after the holiday season. So I was actually on very good terms with the person I'm venting about in this video. Like, I'm not gonna lie. We were talking about hanging out. I was surprised they worked with such a small YouTuber like me. They were always asking like if you need anything else done or if you wanna come and like hang out. We were talking about camping. Like, so it was, you know, it was pretty amicable. It was a very friendly sort of relationship. I was thinking, okay, so if I'm gonna come back to Korea, then I need to have some sort of income, like some sort of job or something. And one of my friends said, hey, they might be able to get you a job because they were working for them. And then I found out because of like a loophole that they were trying to do with like employing foreigners on a, I guess what is it, a tourist visa, that's illegal. So if you work like under a certain amount of hours and you make under a certain amount of money is not illegal, so that's what they were trying to do. But if I was gonna come back there to live, then I needed more than that. So I ended up not being able to work that out or take the deal with them. And then on top of that, I was gonna have to go back to the States at any moment because I was expecting to hear back about training for flight attendant stuff. But then COVID happened and all that came to a screeching halt. So all of 2020, I didn't go to Korea, didn't talk to them. Over the summer of 2020, I got an email from another clinic. They wanted to work with me, and I let them know I wasn't living in Korea. And they said, okay, you know, we'll be in touch. Like, we like your content and we really want to see if we can make this collaboration happen. So I was like, okay, like, I'll let you know when I'm back in Korea. So February 2021, last year, I was back in Korea. And I'm letting them know, hey, I'm in quarantine now. I'll be out like February 20th or whatever it was that I got out. We're excited. And then they told me, hey, we noticed you have a few videos with this other company. We just want to make sure there's not going to be any problems. I was like, no, like that's, you know, I got that. Don't worry about it. So I messaged this person and let them know, like, after 2 years of no communication, no collaboration, nothing, hey, I don't know if our contract's even still valid, but just in case it's not, I just wanted to let you know I'm formally ending my side of the contract. Like, I just want to part ways. And instead of explaining that, oh, it was automatically renewed in 2020 when we didn't hear from you, or explaining some of the stuff they tell me later, they decided to, first response was, depends on the reason why. So that already had me like, it's not the most professional response, but okay, whatever. So yeah, like I said, after that, they did tell me that my contract was automatically renewed in 2020 when they didn't hear from me, and it's set to expire this year in 2022. Instead of just kindly explaining that, in my opinion, started to get a bit threatening towards me, saying that if I work with a rival competitor or any sort of competitor in the medical tourism industry in Korea, like within Korea, then there we're gonna have problems. Like, if it's outside of Korea, it's fine, but if it's in Korea, then I can't do it, and the company that I'm working with is gonna have problems. So then, after explaining, oh, your contract was automatically renewed in 2020 when we didn't hear from you, the next thing they kept asking is, well, what are you trying to do? Why do you need to end this? Why do I need to know who am I trying to work with? That was like none of their business. And then on top of that, they were like, if you want to get anything done in Korea, you have to go through us. I was not a fan of that. Now, here's the thing. This company works with tons of YouTubers, foreign YouTubers going to Korea, and they're big, like millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Me with my 70K is like, why are you being so, not territorial, but like, it's like trying to monopolize YouTubers, and I don't like that. Monopolies are not good, not for the general public. So then I'm messaging my friend Bria, because I'm in Korea quarantining at this point. My contract is back home in Baltimore, and I'm like, crap, like, I did not think that was gonna be an issue because, again, we have not talked or worked together in 2 years at this point. So I was thinking, hey, by the way, you know, it was fun, but I'm done. Cool, take care. That's how I was expecting that to go formally. And I'm asking my friend Bria, I'm like, do you remember like anything about automatic renewals? Do you remember, like, and I literally showed her everything. Like, I still have the chats here. I showed her the chats and everything. And she's like, okay, call their bluff. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, okay, well, ask them to send over their copy of the contract you signed. So I did. They said, okay, I'll send it over tomorrow when I'm back in the office. This was a year ago, and I have not heard from them back since. The reason I'm making this now is because, like I said, it makes me uncomfortable that after they accepted my formal notice of like termination, I guess, last year, seeing how they're still using my image, like we're cool and like everything was cordial and professional, because in my opinion it wasn't. And then on top of that, the reason I decided to go somewhere else is because I was happier going somewhere else. Like, I wanted to try something different, something that would actually work for me. Because everything I got was temporary. Thread lifts are temporary, filler is temporary. The fat dissolving shots, I didn't see any difference at all. And even my friend, when she got to come with me, she was excited to get some fat dissolving injections like under her neck. And they told her, you know, give it a few weeks to go down, and or swelling to go down, like you'll see the final result. So, you know, we leave the clinic on a high, we're all happy. It was a fun, good experience. But then she's like, I'm not seeing no change, girl. Like, what is that? The most recent place I went to so far has been my favorite, and I really like them. And like, it is pretty interesting because I have talked with other YouTubers who creepy vibes, a bit uncomfortable, and they still just go on and work with them anyway, I guess in exchange for free stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so I was surprised when me and this YouTuber sat down and we were talking a little bit about it, like what we got done and how the process was, and we were both very happy at the time. Like, I'm not trying to say what they do is like crappy work or anything. And to see that she was still working with them, I was like, guess it doesn't matter, huh? Like, all right, whatever. It was interesting to me when I was told about that a German YouTuber who did a video with them, was unhappy with what she got done, made a video about being unhappy about what she got done, and then the video disappeared. Like, she had to take it down for whatever reason. And even though in this girl's YouTube video, she didn't name who she was talking about, everybody popped up in the comments with their name like, oh, I know who she's talking about. And they all said their name. A lot of people probably will guess who this is about, because even in the videos that used to be on my channel, people were in the comments like, yo, they're a little too close. Are they flirting with you? Are they flirting with your friend? They're being kind of creepy. That's just what was in the comments. So I ended up making those videos private. Like, they're not even public anymore. After this whole fallout last year, those videos haven't been public on my channel. It's so hard because it's annoying how you can't openly speak your mind and state your opinion without it being taken as slander, defamation, and ruining the reputation of someone when you're just giving your honest opinion of what you felt or what you experienced. But that's Korea for you. And honestly, not for nothing, it's my opinion that a medical tourist service isn't even really necessary anymore, especially for a country like Korea. I went through the clinic directly most recently over the summer. I just did the update video and everything. I went through the clinic directly. They had a lovely woman named Emily who spoke with me in English. She walked me through everything. She's very friendly. She was very engaging. A lot of these places these days, if they want to advertise themselves as a more foreign-friendly places, like this clinic I went to, for example, they will have someone there who speaks English for you. I'm not so sure about like other languages, but I do know that like for English, for example, these days, because Korea is becoming so mainstream and so popular, they're starting to branch out more and, you know, globalize, and you don't really need services like for medical tourism, in my opinion, because on top, it's kind of like an added expense. And if you do your own thorough research, you can save yourself a couple $1,000s. That's just my opinion. But again, it's Korea, so I might get sued. So yeah, I guess I really didn't see that coming. And to see that they're still using my image to promote them is a bit disappointing. But that's what happens when you sign contracts, I suppose. So yeah, I just wanted to warn you guys, like, just when you want to get something done in another country, like, do your research, compare clinics, compare services and businesses, compare companies, look at reviews, because if all the reviews are positive, that should be a red flag. Like, nobody is happy with everything they get done. There's going to be at least 1 or 2 people that's like, they were rude to me. Everybody's got, you know, everybody encounters a Karen. When negative experiences can't be voiced, that's not cool. Like, that's disappointing. Yeah, I hope this helps those who can see it before it inevitably gets deleted. Thanks for watching if you did. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Annyeong.